And we're back, folks. But before we get into the grand finals, we did want to set the stage a little bit as we get ready for an epic battle. And it's going to be Tribe versus Xset. But for now, we got a little weirdness on my screen. Worry about it. I just wanted to get as much of me on the screen as possible.
Yo, what's good, guys?
Let's go ahead and bring in Bolu now, who's with us here from Tribe. Bolu should be standing by. Bolu, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. It is nice to hear your voice for the third time, I want to say. So that's always a plus. All right.
Let's go, guys.
You guys look fantastic in the lower bracket finals, but I want to focus on your search and destroy. The Meltdown S&D went the distance. You knew that Nova was going to be a challenge. What changes have you made from yesterday to today to address some of your shortcomings in search?
So basically, stuck to our, we made it basically, can't even speak, just like, but anyways, we basically drew up a new game plan, and we stuck with that. It was close. We didn't expect it to be that close. You know, we should, our S&Ds, we need to close them out earlier. That's just for us. Yeah. I feel like we get room, so there's always room for improvement. But today it was definitely much better than yesterday. You know, we worked as a team to drop a new game, and today worked.
Now, I know that there was a clip that went live from our buddy Kingdom Soldier. A huge shout out to you, Kingdom, if you're watching, man. Known him for years, about the comms and stuff. And I know that people were giving you guys a lot of flack. And I think that part of it was just because it's something that we're not very used to hearing. But Maven brought up a really good point. In the last cast, he said, if it's working,
hopefully Tribe Gaming wins
you guys are clearly one of the top teams in the game. If it's working, just stick with the game plan. What was the conversation after that clip just goes viral, and you know, just the conversation that you guys have to prepare for this next day, the biggest day of this team's career?
Yeah, that's a big deal, man.
I think what most people don't know outside of this game is that's normal for us. You know, we've been playing together for maybe 6 months. And this is, we've been practicing like this for 6 months. So on the outside, just looking in, it maybe looks too frantic, but for us, that's what we're used to, you know? So it works for us, and the more we talk, the more we feel that it works. But of course, there is room to improvement to clean up those comms. And that's what we're trying to do as we progress into this tournament. So maybe today, if you listened in, maybe it was a bit better. I don't know. But today was definitely much better than was yesterday, in my opinion. But yeah, you just need to understand that.
Yeah, hopefully they can.
Looking
they
in
do
from
very
an
good.
outside perspective,
they
may look like it's hectic, but it's what we've been practicing for 5 to 6 months as a team.
Yeah, and I don't fault that at all, by the way. I think, yeah, from the outside looking in, it can certainly seem a little chaotic, but clearly it's something that is just working for you guys, and you're doing a great job. And now you find yourself in the grand finals against Xset, a run-back matchup for you guys. You have to win 2 best-of-5s. Xset just needs to win 1. This is going to be a tall task to ask here. And you know that because you have an extended amount of games that you have to play, you knew that this was the path that you were going to go into this. Xset feels like it's going to be a challenging matchup. What are your thoughts regarding Xset's playstyle and adjustments, as I previously mentioned, but more focus on Xset from yesterday to today? How are you guys going to hone in on the flaws of Xset to win this whole thing?
So yesterday, I think we just didn't expect them to put up that type of performance. Today we definitely understand what they can bring to the table, right? So we're definitely be focusing on our game plan that we drew up. We're gonna be focusing every kill, every gunfight. We're not gonna relax when we're in the lead. That's just for us. We're gonna play to the last moment until we win this thing.
Now, I asked athletes before about some of the, you know, professional tension that's going on between the two teams, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this, because it seems like when you guys are playing against each other, there's a certain kind of energy there that is being put out. What's going on with that? Enlighten us.
Yeah, the shooting blood part, that's just something our team does for fun. Of course, if that gets in their heads, and let it be, you know, definitely, I mean, I have nothing else to say. I mean, yeah, there's some professionalism, but they also, you want to have some fun. You want to have some fun too, you know what I mean? So it's just what I think.
I get it. I get it, man.
I don't shoot bodies. Obviously, I don't shoot bodies, but maybe my teammates, they feel like it. It's like, hey, come here, shoot this guy's body. No.
Wow.
I like it. All right. Well, Bolu, thank you so much for your time, man, and best of luck in the grand finals, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you. See you.
All right. Well, there you have it from Bolu from Tribe Gaming, and really just a nice guy. I've talked to him a bunch of times this weekend, so it's always been a pleasure. Now we got Maven and Bobby back in yet again to set the stage here for this grand finals. But before we chat with Maven and get his insight on that comms discussion, Bobby, I did want to talk to you because yesterday I asked you about your experience with that Xperia.
Tribe was going pretty good.
I want to talk about it a little bit more because all of our competitors are using that device here in this competition. You have experience with it. How big of a difference does it make in your experience as a player for Call of Duty Mobile?
I mean, in any type of competitive environment, you want to be playing at the top level, and having the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II absolutely does that. You have the best processor possible in the Snapdragon 855. You got a 4K display, which you're pretty much not going to find on any other phone, so having the graphics coming through at that level, not only for a competition standpoint, but just as somebody who enjoys playing the game and enjoys good graphics, that just enhances it so much more. And it's not like it is something that is so significant that it really drags down the experience, because you have the other factors like the game enhancer that allow you to increase the RAM usage or release RAM wherever you need it. You got the ability to decrease the amount of heat coming in with the heat suppression power control. So overall, it's a fantastic experience. Definitely glad to see that these players are able to use that type of a device to be able to compete, and hopefully it's something that will allow them to elevate their game as well.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, there you have it. You heard it from the horse's mouth there. Bobby, you know, Maven, we're going to talk more about the comms and the discussions as we get ready for the grand finals, but we're going to go to a quick break, and then when we return, it's time to set that stage for an epic battle between XSET and Tribe Gaming. Don't go anywhere. Call of Duty Mobile North American Regional Finals. We'll catch you on the flip side.
You know what phrase we can finally retire?
What?
Good. For a mobile game. Fun fact, Sony's been getting the best out of entertainment and technology for, like, ever. And Call of Duty has been making games since, well, before some of us were born.
Yeah.
Isn't it about time we had a mobile gaming experience that's just good, period?
Good,
Maybe
period.
even great? Turns out we do. Call of Duty made the impossible mobile game with Call of Duty Mobile, and Sony made the impossible smartphone for gamers with Xperia. I can get the edge with wider than widescreen. Enhance my game literally with Game Enhancer. Share my epic wins with the flick of a finger, and do it all while I keep my cool with HS Power Control. It's casual when I want to kick back, and core when I need to kick butt. It's the gaming experience built with me in mind. Sony brought the gear, and Call of Duty brought the game. Sony's Xperia plus Call of Duty Mobile, because gamers deserve great wherever we are.
Watch this be like $3,000. Watch it be like $3,000. Huh? Yes. Let's go, man.
All right, everyone. Welcome back
Yeah.
for the grand finals between Xset and Tribe. $15,000 on the line. But before we jump into all that, though, I did want to let you guys know about what is going on with Xperia 1 Mark II phone from Sony, because if you
just
go
start with
pick
the
it
games
up,
ready?
you will get yourself 43,000 Call of Duty mobile points. That's a $500 value just for picking up the phone, doing your thing, and downloading the game, having a good time, right? You want to be able to play Call of Duty mobile the best way possible. Well, there's no better way to do so than with the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II phone. If you want to pick that up, it's a very simple thing. You go to direct.sony.com/Xperia. There's also a link down below in the YouTube stream. You can go ahead, check that out, get your phone today. 43,000 COD mobile points, all for you. But here we go, folks. It's now time for the grand finals. We're going to do something a little special here as well. We're bringing in everyone for the grand finals. It's going to be Maven, Hawks, and Bobby. Gentlemen, let's talk about this real fast. Hawks, I want to get your thoughts as we get ready for this final, man. We got a run-back matchup. How do you feel about it?
I'm hyped about this one. I think the respawns are going to be absolutely absurd. We have two of the best respawn teams in the entire tournament. I think S&D is where I think Xset does have a little bit more of an advantage. Typically, Xset has been a very, very strong S&D team, whereas we've seen Tribe kind of struggling. Although in the past few S&D matches, especially the ones we've seen today, they have kind of picked it up and developed new strategies. But I'm really hyped for this. I think this will go the mile.
It is going to be quite exciting. Maven, I talked to earlier, you heard with Bolu. He said it feels like, you know, they've cleaned up some of the comms. Do you think they're ready for this challenge to win this one and win 2 best of 5s?
They're ready without question. And I don't know, the comms sounded pretty similar to me, maybe a little bit less. As I said previously, it's a big change to try and adjust that mid-tournament. I think they should just do what they've been doing for 6 months like he talked about. That's what they're practicing. Just keep it going for this event and worry about it afterwards. But yeah, I think they're ready. I think they can win this entire thing. I think they're a team that can get hot mid-series, and it's almost like having
I want Tribe to win, but
and they
I
get
want
going, they get
Xset to win as
fast. I'm looking forward to this big time.
All right, and then Bobby, we haven't really talked about Xset all that much because, you know, the focus has been on Tribe and Nova. Xset here, they're in the grand finals. They're in a position of power. They just need to win 1 best of 5. That's it. And they have the talent. But one thing from before that was highlighted by a lot of people was that the respawn game on Crash was not the best performance out of Tribe. Tribe is looking not to emulate that again. Xset, they're hoping that they can get him off of a mistake. Are they capable of doing so?
I mean, we saw last time, they know the rotations that they need to make. Xset is a good team. They can win their gunfights, and especially with the way that Yuna and Impulsive have been playing today, they were on a different level going up against Nova Esports. I haven't had as much warm-up time. They've been off for a few games, so it'll be interesting to see whether that's going to factor in. Tribe has been playing a lot. They've been playing all morning, whereas Xset has only played 1 match, and it was a quick 3-0. So we'll see if being warm is something that's going to factor into this. Looking at the overall KD is no surprise. Tectonic miles ahead of the competition. A 1.81, a thing of beauty to have this far into a competition. So going to continue to expect big things out of him. Yuna and Impulsive, like we said, have been really, really good so far today, and expecting to continue to see big things from them.
Now, let's not forget here, and for the overall KD, that they have played, you know, an equal amount, and those matches were against Nova today. So I think Tectonic has put himself in a great position to be that MVP, as well as Yuna, for Xset. But now here is our series layout for the grand finals. Now, again, Tribe need to win 2 best of 5. So this is our first set of best of 5. Standoff, hardpoint, meltdown, search and destroy, firing range domination, and then if necessary, crash, hardpoint, crossfire, S&D. Maven, Xset can close it out right here. Take that meltdown, search and destroy, and just jot those notes down on firing range dom that they just saw Nova do. This seems like it could favor Xset, given the series layout.
I think the game 2 for them, absolutely. And then we know they beat them on Crash. I don't think you'll get the same performance out of Tribe, but XSET know they can beat them there. I just think if they're gonna beat them, just close it out here, man. Close it out this first best of 5. Get it done. Be the victors. I guess I kind of feel the longer it goes on, the more I favor Tribe.
All right, folks, well, here we go. It's now time for the grand finals. XSET versus Tribe. Gentlemen, take the call. Let's see how this one unfolds.
All right, Bobby, here we go. Time for the grand final. The 2 best teams we've seen without question, and their last matchup was something. It was interesting. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but my God, was it fun to watch. And we're going to start off with Tectonic. Already 2 kills, make it 3. He's been a phenom. He's
that was good. That was some good, very good. Oh no, why am I thing loading?
Compared to everybody else, is a joke.
I mean, they're just not even in the same league. This guy has been just playing a different game.
Wow, this buff is in the time.
Doesn't even seem to be phased by the people around him. His shot.
Dang, Tribe getting off to a good start.
Like, I want to know what his accuracy.
Oh, good.
Percentage has been in this tournament, because it just
should be glitching the whole
doesn't
time,
seem
bro.
like he misses shots. He's got 6 kills, 30 seconds into the first hard point. He's gonna catch him from behind, gets another one right there. 35 seconds on the hill for Tribe off the start, and Tectonic 8 kills in, and a 1-man wrecking crew up against XSET, who's now totaling only 7 kills.
This is a little bit of what I was just worried about. Like, they had that one slow start, but you know, you're coming up hot. You just want to see it. You know that you slow everything to avoid that. My God, doing whatever he can to make sure they get rolling in this matchup. 43.
Oh damn, that was not a good
better. But outside of Tectonic, I guess I don't know. Hawk says, from you, like, what has been like the single thing that stood out the most for you about Tribe?
They have a very diverse team. I mean, Childs and Bolu are absolute fraggers as well. We talked about Tectonic a lot. He's obviously been the top fragger for the entire team, but Childs as well as Bolu, which again we've spoken about Bolu quite a few times, are absolute playmakers. We've seen them do some insane and crazy things. And then obviously you have Leon and Childs that are very versatile as well. We'll see basically all the players hopping on the point except for Childs.
That was good. That was a good play by them.
But I just really like the versatility of the team and the slaying ability too, which is really important in this kind of meta where getting those score streaks and operators is so important.
So we'll see if they can keep the slaying going. The
Hopefully
lead chipped away at a bit by XSET, but now Tribe starting to build it up as we focus on the next rotation. And Bobby, it looks like for now XSET is set up. You think they can hold?
It's going to be tough to do. We see Bolu pushing in. There's only 1 player, I believe, remaining on the point for XSET. Despite the, I would say, a little bit of mistake coming in for Tribe right there, they pushed that hard point over on P2 with, I think, maybe 15 seconds left, sending the entire team. It's something we've seen them do before, and they've been able to pull it off just because they're winning their gunfights straight up. It doesn't seem to really matter how well XSET is established on the point. Overhead glitches through walls, Tribe's just winning their gunfights just about every time. So we do see the break coming in for XSET, but Bolu already contesting, despite the
Dang, there's a bunch of stuff happening right now.
Clean up the rest of that scrap time. They're already up by 50.
Yeah, it reminds me of maybe like the jetpack Call of Duties, or the advanced movement ones, or maybe last year of Phase in Modern Warfare. Just like, hit scrap time, fly and think you can break. And when it works out, you get big leads, and that's what Tribe is looking at right now. Now, Silva's got a shotgun in hand. Hawk says, tell me a little bit about that weapon and why it's been so good with some of the XSET players.
Oh man, so yeah, that's the Echo, also known as the Origin in some other games, but it is a very, very strong weapon. It's typically one of the top 3 shotguns you will see, along with the KRM and the BY-15. Obviously, the advantage of the Echo is that you do have the ability to get multiple kills, whereas with other shotguns, which are pump shotguns, typically you get 1 kill and there's a good chance you die. You're gonna have to slide all over the place and hope you can get that pump off. But with the Echo, you really do have the ability to break hard points very well. You just fly in and get shots, and definitely that's what we're kind of seeing from Silva. He's not doing it incredibly well. He definitely is going to have to try to pick that up a little bit more, but that's definitely the play style you will see from him with that weapon. And another thing, too, is with the class, he is using with persistence.
Sorry, guys, I'm not going to be talking much. I'm going to be watching.
That class, because he will then lose his points progress from persistence, so expect to see him using that nearly the entire match.
All right. Well, thank you for the breakdown, but now Tribe 40 points away from closing this one out. They've been dominant since the get-go. Maybe a little bit of a slowdown for Tectonic, considering he had like 8 kills in the first hard point, but the rest of the team picking it up as we look at the aerial view and where they'll get set up towards Brown. First one into Courtyard is going to be for Tribe. They're in position to make the play, and there's the shotgun you were highlighting, making it messy. In back alley as he looks to collapse, just hunting for kills. One more in front, Gunny up, into the point.
I mean, the thing about running up against the Echo is if you run up face to face against it, it's like running into a brick wall. Like, you're just gonna get smacked in the face by shot after shot. We saw that's what Silva was able to do right there, but despite his success with that gun, it's not converting to success for the team. We see Tribe on the hill continuing to tick upwards. They've got 50 points up on Xset right now. The contest does come in. We already see Tribe players rotating toward the next hard point. Not too worried about picking up this scrap time, which is what you'd like to see from them. Nero is going to drop up in the top, but should be spawning over by gas station. Actually, is going to spawn back by blue, so that'll make it a little bit more difficult to rotate. But with the 2 Goliaths now coming into play for Tribe, they should be able to get this break easily, unless we see some Pred missiles and Annihilators come into play for Xset.
Yeah, Xset are going to have to go huge. I mean, they've got the point. They've got a chance to basically tie this game up. They have their own Goliath inside. The question is, how long can they hold with all the utility about to come into play from Tribe? One break might be enough to close it out. You have to be perfect. Right now, if you were on the side of Xset, it's mech-on-mech warfare. Both are going to end up falling, but it's Tribe that ultimately gets the break into the point. They can shut it down here with the positioning inside of the objective map. One, it's somewhat close, but it's a victory for Tribe there with the final kill. 21 on the board for Babu, and well, the question mark for Tribe, it hasn't been the response. We know how good they are there outside of a couple slow starts. It was not a slow start there at all. They closed it out. They look strong. What'd you love, Hoxas?
I mean, the 8 kills from Tectonic right at the start really set the pace for Tribe, obviously. Yeah. I mean, again, as I said earlier in this game, getting those kills is so much more important in this game as opposed to a lot of the other Call of Duties. KD is something that actually does kind of dictate the pace of a match, or not just the pace, but the overall results, to be honest, with, again, those score streaks playing such a big role. So, I mean, I just really love the early kills from Tectonic and early momentum that Tribe was able to secure.
Well, now, Bobby, I got a question for you. So, we know how good Tribe are on the respawn. We've seen them throttle Xset now in a bunch of respawn maps. The question comes down to Search and Destroy. Do you see in this first best of 5, this game 2 Meltdown Search and Destroy, is this a must-win?
I think it must be.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if Xset loses this one, it's probably going to be a quick 3-0 for Tribe. With that being said, I feel like they've got a pretty good shot right here. Nova, good team, but they're not as good as Xset. I'm just going to go ahead and say that straight up. So the fact that we were seeing Nova push Tribe to a game 11 in Search and Destroy on this map, I think tells a lot about what's going to be happening right here for Xset. I don't know that they're necessarily going to dominate, but I think they'll be able to remain in control for the most part in this matchup, especially if they're able to steal some of the matches or some of the rounds where they're on the offensive side. That's going to be the big ones, like we said. Tribe much better on the defensive side on this Meltdown map than they are on the offensive side. If we see Xset coming in with some early wins on offense,
I mean, like,
it might
I wonder why Ferg isn't on here, bro.
Well, it's interesting. All right, Hoxas, I'm going to break this down. I'm going to break down 2 advantages, and you tell me which one you think is more important here. So the advantage for Tribe, you just played this in the last series. You went 11 rounds. You got a lot of reps here. On the other side, though, you got to watch that if you're Xset. You got to see the strats on offense and defense. Which one matters more to you heading into this map?
Probably defense.
I think, honestly, I think probably getting that practice and preparation. We did see some strategies from Tribe that I personally really liked. I did like when they did have Bolu as well as Childs go for that aggressive flank and then leave 3 people on, I believe, the B-bomb. It's going to be interesting, but I do think the advantage goes towards Tribe having that those kind of reps, especially considering it was a 11-round game.
Well, it went the distance. Who knows how this one's going to go? Some riveting maps between these two. And Bobby, I know you saw, I think it was the XSET kind of player cards that when they talk about kind of rivals and stuff, they had Tribe mentioned for the most part. Like, from your following of the competitive side, like, how long has this thing kind of been going on between a lot of these players?
I'm not talking that much. I'm just trying to watch.
I mean, I think it goes back probably about 3 or 4 months. That was around when XSET, formerly known as Status Quo, made their entry into the competitive scene. And with both of these being phone primary teams and with both teams qualifying for Stage 4 a long time ago, there's been a lot of time for the tension to build, and with the matches that we've seen so far, no surprise to see it continuing. But
that was a really good move.
Peralta is going to be a big factor for XSET in this one. We've seen his snipes be so good, and especially over on offensive pushes on the B site like we're seeing right now, he's going to play a big role. He will be the X factor for them in this game.
Well, typical of what we've seen of Tribe. For the most part, they're going to give up the B site and allow the plant to go down, and then they'll work on the retake. They have had Balu kind of on the backside of this point, just making sure no one can push through. The first blood comes in from Childs. He's able to get the opening. That'll be the advantage. Still no plant down. And now things, Hawks, have gotten much more difficult for XSET.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you can see right here, Childs is just kind of playing around. Nobody's really making any kind of aggressive plays. As you can see, everyone is playing extremely passive right now, which I'm curious to see how this pans out. Obviously, Tribe does have the man advantage from Child's kill, but man, this is just extremely slow. We do see a plant coming out right now from Impulsive. Tribe not going to be able to defend it, so it might go down or not. They're okay. They're planting again.
Hopped off it for a sec. Yeah, hopped off it for a sec, but now the plant goes in. B4 advance to Tribe as they look to get the pressure through the Molly goat Shells. A little bit of damage, but just knocked down to 78 HP. He's able to stay up. Balu gonna take down another. Leon involved in the action as well. Some damage in from Tectonic. The trade should be there. There it comes from Leon on the flank. Plenty of time.
That was just better played by Tribe right there.
Already being shot, Bobby.
That was good. That's good.
I love it. Yes, it might be a little bit toxic. Yes, it's not good manners, but it makes for good content, you know? So, not too surprised to see that. That's something we've seen in previous matches. Tribe does have the chip on their shoulder right now. They feel like they should have won the first match against XSET, and they just weren't able to make it happen. So I think at every possible point, they're going to be trying to assert their dominance. We know that they're good on the defensive side. A lot of it is going to come down to the offensive side for them. So XSET just going to be looking to take 1 or 2 rounds right here. If they can even muster to get 1, I think that gives them a shot at winning the search and destroy. But obviously not having a lot of success in that first round. Meralto not making any impact. Really, Yuna the only person picking up any frags. So we do see them pushing over to the B side once again. They should get a free plant. And now the pressure is on for Tribe once again.
Bobby, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you think, with the way that both teams are playing right now, do you think having snipers is going to be, or having a sniper is going to be a pivotal thing? And do you think Meralto will be able to pick up those frags, or do you think it's something where he should probably switch to a different weapon? Because right now we're not really seeing any kind of sniper action, especially down mid.
Yeah, so I would say Tribe's done a good job of adapting their play style to minimize the effect of snipers. Typically, we see them when it is a head-to-head push from one side to the other. That's where you see the snipers come in a big way.
That push was
a really quick retake. XSET players dropping left and right. Challenge shooting his own teammates right there, and that's another easy defuse. So I think the style that they're taking is really good in minimizing.
I can see the style. They're like not coming completely.
We could potentially see him switch weapons, but at the same time, we know that he's going to trust his ability to snipe, and there are always situations where a sniper can come in handy. It's a lot on him to be able to adapt his own play style and be able to match what Tribe's doing.
Well, he finally hit a shot, but unfortunately the rest of his team died at the same moment, so didn't put him in a good spot to make a play. But yeah, I mean, Tribe's been not really having too much trouble dealing with snipers for the most part, outside of the one map we saw on standoff. But we'll go to Meralto's POV for a second, see if he can find the angle to get some of his wizardly shots that we've seen him hit throughout the course of this weekend. They're playing this round a bit more passive.
A lot more
They
passive.
have been first blooded both times. They've been playing from a man disadvantage in both of the first 2 rounds. The early going has not been good for them. Maybe they're hoping for one of those aggressive rounds out of Tribe where they can catch somebody and get something going early, Hawks.
Yeah, I'm honestly really surprised at how Tribe is playing right now. I mean, they're currently at 10 kills, and then Xset is at 3. This round is really slow right now, but I'm just overall surprised by the performance of Tribe.
Yeah, the defense, for the most part, they've been pretty good. It's just when it swaps, are they going to find those rounds? And that's why you kind of feel like they need to get 4 or 5 of these round victories if they can pull it off. But I think the first blood did come in for Xset this time around, but there was a trade nearly instantly, so it'll put us into a 4v4. The bomb looks like it's going to wrap back over to B. Everybody from Tribe still stacked up around that A bomb site. They're going to have to retake once again. For 2 rounds, they've showed they can do it really well, Bobby. Can they make it 3?
I think this is a better approach for Xset than we've seen in the past. They seem pretty content to just push the B site, allow Tribe to slowly creep in, and once they collapse, it was pretty much game over. So having their team more spread out is going to give Xset more of an advantage. You can see Tribe more clumped up back toward their spawn. With 3 Xset players on generators right here, it's going to be easier to counter. Trades come in for both teams, but Xset just not winning the gunfights.
Yeah, it is
now
not
one
winning
player
any gunfight,
remaining,
man.
and he drops
It is having
instantly.
better
So
like,
Tribe able to capitalize right there. I think Xset had the right approach.
Yeah,
I think
right,
sending
but it is no way
Moralto
in the
toward
gunfight.
that mid side to try to go for picks there is the right move, because it's obvious that Tribe is not going to send anybody from spawn side over toward B. I think Xset needs to do something to adapt here and try to switch up their game plan, because the B plants have just been too easy for Tribe to get the retake.
And Tribe's team shot on these has just been, I mean, you saw how many assists pop up there. Like, they are just
enemy contact
on point. I mean, team shotting, everybody just melted through that defense. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And now just right up the gut. Go Xset, something we've seen from Tribe a lot on the offensive end of things. They're just going to fly through, try to catch one. They've gotten mid-map control, but now where do you go from here? There's the first blood. Impulsive's able to get it this time, not an instant trade. So for the first time through 4 rounds, you find yourself in a good position.
And Impulsive typically is a top fragger for Xset, if not out of all of the players in the tournament, typically the guy that will be putting up a lot of kills inside of S&D. And right now he's pretty quiet. As I said that again, he did get a kill right there, but he's a very pivotal player for Xset, and I'd really like to see him get a little bit more on point with the shot and maybe even a little bit more aggressive when he needs to.
We'll see if he can pick it up. You have the numbers here. If you're Xset, around you just gotta win. It's the first time you've been able to enjoy that throughout a round. 45 seconds ago. They've got to work this plant.
They have to have a
Your
plan
narrow or tectonic, can you
2v2.
somehow catch one and put this into a 2 versus 2? They do have bomb down backside. They're still trying to recoup that. But the flanks have to come in. Impulsive, the guy that got the first blood, able to pick up another one.
This.
Narrow there, though, able to get the trade. Now into a 1v2 for Narrow. Bomb has been picked up by Xset. Now, where do they wrap this? This is the important part. Both will be out in front. Silva able to hit the snap, and there's 1 round offensively for Xset. Now, can you get another one? It could be so important, Bobby.
Yeah, I think to give themselves the best shot possible, Xset needs to get 2. I like the change of approach that they had right there. They kept trying to do the same thing over and over and over again. I believe that's actually the definition of insanity, is doing the thing over and over and expecting different results. So they were able to switch things up right there. They pushed aggressively through on, and it seemed like they were almost confused on what their next move was going to be, but they were able to finagle things and make it work. So if you can make it work, make it work. They were able to throw Tribe off and take a round. If they can get another one right here, it'll be really big.
It's tough, because as much as I agree with you, it's like, how do you take a free plant? Like,
yeah.
If you're told, like, hey, you can get a free plant in a 5v5 and get it set up, basically any team in the world's like, awesome. They were getting it. They just couldn't then close it out from there. So it's kind of a weird dilemma where you need to change something, even though the early game's working for you. It was just those early picks that were the problem, and now they're going to get right back to it. They're slowly working over towards B. Thinking about getting this bomb down. Yuna's going to be your carrier, though, and Yuna's pushed through. So for now, the focus is not on the bomb. It's on finding these kills. Can they catch someone?
This surprises me. We've seen this a lot in the tournament. We'll see players have very open plants. Yeah, that's a very big kill right there. we'll see players have very open plans, and I don't know if this is just because we are the casters and we can kind of see what's going on across the entire map, and obviously the players don't have that kind of knowledge, but it does seem like with XSET especially, they just won't take those free plants. And I don't really know what the mindset is behind that sometimes.
I mean, they did like 3 rounds in a row.
They did it the first 3 rounds.
They weren't getting round wins. So here I think it was like, all right, let's isolate somebody, get the kill. We know Balu's been playing backside of the plant. They're able to catch him there, and then they plant the 5v4, which makes it that much easier to lock it down. As it all falls to narrow at a 1v4, it looks like this will be the second offensive victory for XSET, so I think that puts them in a pretty good spot to close out this map too.
That was not a good smart play.
Shots everywhere, just not onto the
You
opposing
shouldn't
player.
have
Not an
that.
easy
You
one
should
there
have
on
let
the heading
that
for sure, but
he didn't have a choice.
it's a 3-2 lead for Tribe as it stands. And now, Bobby, the question is, are those 2 rounds going to be enough here for XSET?
Destroy the objective.
I mean, I think the big thing that happened right there is XSET did what Tribe has struggled to do in the past and adapt to the opponent's defense. So for the most part, Tribe just has the same approach. They'll full send one side. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then everything falls apart quickly. We see them full sending the A site, which is not an approach we've seen at all so far, but with a lack of a sniper, not surprising to see. Impulsive actually has made that switch away from the sniper now that they're on the defensive side. So the pressure is on for them. They're going to need the retake. This is not an easy site to approach.
Nope.
I like what Tribe is doing right here, and I think they've set themselves up
They set
well
themselves
for
up. Now they're waiting
the
on
defense, but whether or not they'll be able to make it happen is still yet to be seen. They do get the first blood right there.
Yeah, I mean, quick plan at A, a little bit more valuable, right?
harder.
A little bit harder to break in the 5v5 than something that's wide open like the B
It's a
site.
lot harder.
You know, just can't quite finish it. Gets him down to like 1 HP.
Jump down to
but just
1
as the
HP,
line
bro.
comes
Oh,
in
that
from
was
Balu,
a smart
everybody
play.
gets dropped, and
That was smart.
there's
They all
a
had
better
good different
example.
positions
I mean,
and
if you're
like
going to give up
positions
a
and
fight,
stuff like
I
that.
think that's why Tribe will do it. Is like, if
completely
you're going to give up a
destroyed
free
them
site,
right
do it at B, a little bit
Good
easier to
play
retake.
by
You give
Tribe.
up A, it's just not easy to bust into. Yes, you can hit some tacticals. Yes, we've seen some retakes, but you saw how difficult that looked, and Hawkstays couldn't get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, trying to take A is difficult. The lanes that are set up there, and we also saw one of the XSET players just kind of blindly go up the ladder, which was definitely a no-no. Always want to try to get some vision before you do it, and unfortunately went down there, and then the Tribe had the man advantage. And another very, very early plant from Tribe.
Yeah,
except
Tribe
this time around on B.
Tribe is putting XSET on their back foot right now. These opening offenses have been great. The quick hit to A, the fast plant, the first blood, now the fast plant over at B. XSET in a tough position. Tribe with more reps. It looks like the search and destroy is improving. Now, can they close out the round? I think it was Tectonic that got tagged up a bit, but he's able to get back and fully heal. Now comes in the 3-man hit for the backside, but Leon in position gets the kill, falling apart for XSET. Not much time to work with. The team shot on point once again for Tribe. Everybody is dead in the first 2 offices. They look good, Bobby.
Tribe is looking good,
you
man.
talked earlier about whether the bigger factor was going to be knowing the opponent's strategies in search and destroy or having the reps in, and it definitely seems like the reps are what are counting right now. Tribe in complete control. We expected them to struggle on the offensive side, and it just seems like XSET's on their heels every time. 3 players pushing through bottom of mid. More first bloods coming in, but trades coming in quickly. It'll be a 2v2. Silva drops as well. Moralto all by himself in a 1v2 versus Bolu and Tectonic.
Oh, he's low.
Shots around the corner. Bolu has him down to 5 HP, but he's 5 HP himself. Tectonic knows he can win just about any gunfight that happens in this game, so they are in hot pursuit. And right now, Moralto running for his life. They're absolutely chasing this man. He's laying down shots. There's nothing he can do. Bolu's too good. 9 kills on the board, and Tribe Gaming closes that one out 6-2.
And that might have been the best search and destroy we've seen out of him. And yeah, Bobby, I think it kind of answered my question. It looks like the reps are paying off. And
Tribe adapted.
All of the tournaments I've cast, I don't know what number it's at now, but it's been a lot across various titles for Call of Duty. When I think of like the body of work within a tournament, typically a team start bad in hardpoint and get a lot better at respawn from what I've seen, but you have seen teams really turn it around and search and destroy. Why is that the case? I'm not sure exactly, but I feel like I've seen more drastic improvements there once you get some reps, once you get the comms on point, and once you see what strategies aren't working, and that seemed to be the best we've seen. And now XSET, I mean, this looks like it's going 2 best of 5s without question, especially how good it's been in domination for Tribe. But Hawkstays, you gotta love it. If you're a Tribe fan, that was some solid search there. They made the plays.
Yeah, absolutely. And you could tell the pace of the game was just so much. It was way different compared to Xset and Tribe when they were both on offense. When Tribe was on offense, it was extremely fast rounds. Tribe was coming out on top with 5 more people than Xset. And then obviously when Xset was playing, a lot slower rounds. But heading into next match, we are going to have a domination on firing range. And I mean, we've seen Tribe destroy on this. No matter what team they've played, I think they've come out on top with a very sizable lead of 50 plus basically every single time. And I'm curious to see how it plays out in this one.
Yeah, they have looked very, very good there, but Xset are the one that came for the winner's side. They have a series to throw away if that's the case. It's Tribe looking for revenge, looking to make the deep run and come out your champion. They're getting closer, but still a lot of work to do. The firing range domination will be up next after this quick break.
Yes, sir. That was good.
You know what phrase we can finally retire? Good, for a mobile game. Fun fact, Sony's been getting the best out of entertainment and technology for like ever. And Call of Duty has been making games since, well, before some of us were born. Isn't it about time we had a mobile gaming experience that's just good, period? Maybe even great. Turns out we do. Call of Duty made the impossible mobile game with Call of Duty Mobile. And Sony made the impossible smartphone for gamers with Xperia. I can get the edge with wider than widescreen. Enhance my game literally with Game Enhancer. Share my epic wins with the flick of a finger. And do it all while I keep my cool with HS Power Control. It's casual when I want to kick back, and core when I need to kick butt. It's the gaming experience built with me in mind. Sony brought the gear, and Call of Duty brought the game. Sony's Xperia plus Call of Duty Mobile. Because gamers deserve great, wherever we are.
It's the finals. We are back. It's looking more and more like we're going to get a gauntlet, maybe 2 best of 5s. But I don't know if gauntlet is the word I would use for this first best of 5. Is it maybe over and done quickly? It has been the Tribe show thus far. Bobby, if Xset are somehow going to bring this back, especially when you think about their last series where games 3 and 4, they got torched. How in the hell are they going to do this, Bobby?
I'm trying to think of something. The only thing I can think of right now is if Tribe just gets so overconfident and completely throws that Xset could potentially come away with this one, but Tribe has looked just absolutely untouchable in domination so far. Their approach is so good. They've already got people pushing over towards C. It looks like they might be able to take C off the bat once again. There's one player up top for Xset inside of 10, but players dropping left and right. Only 2 kills on the board for them so far, and it looks like as far as map control, it is in the hands of Tribe once again.
Tribe doing strong so far, and Fox, I know you're my weapons expert for Tribe, and maybe with domination, has there been anything they've been doing that's been a little bit unorthodox that you've liked?
Yeah, I think it was their last domination match. They did do something that I definitely wanted to highlight, and they talked to me about potentially doing it. Is they don't want to always focus on B as much as the other teams. A lot of teams will just kind of have a slugfest in mid-map trying to take B. They want to kind of flip the home points, so A and C, as much as possible, which I think right now we saw a tri-player trying to get A, I believe. And I think that's something we will see them continually try to do, and just maintain as much control on those home points as possible.
Yes, for control, but I think up to me is when it gets messy, when it gets chaotic, when it's gunfights all over the map. That is where Tribe thrives. Like, they love it. And one thing that happens when you're constantly applying pressure to the home cap of the opposition, it does get messy. It makes the other team's comms a little bit frantic. You always have to worry about that as well as trying to progress the B, and it can be so tough to do. And right now, top tower, it's Leon with the chopper, chopping it up. 2 are going to drop. 19-point advantage already. Once again,
oh my God, they already
I mean, as long as Leon's up there, Xset's not going to do a thing. You can run around, you can get frags, but he's got oversight onto B. Tribe's got full control of A and C. They've got the triple cap right now. You got to get Leon out of that tower. He jumps up, still able to get back down right there. So even when he's up there,
oh my God,
Tribe has but he can still spray shots through wood. He's just pretty much untouchable. And they're looking really good so far.
Yeah, they're looking great. Tribe is turned. They're on point in this map 3. Let's go to an Xperia dial in with Tribe.
Dude, they are wrecking Xset right now, dude. Oh my God, what is happening? What is happening?
They're fired up. They're going on all cylinders. I know you talked to them a little bit about the comms and what went down yesterday.
Tribe gaming.
I mean, as you said it, they're fired up. That's part of the reason they're comms are the way that they are. They have talked about how they want to clean them up a little bit, but really the mindset behind having communications like that is they're all very passive players in nature, and that was something they struggled with when they didn't have a coach, and then a coach did come in, and his suggestion was, hey, this is what we're gonna do. You guys call out every single thing you see. Just give us as much information as possible, and basically make it an all or nothing type thing where just trying to prevent the players from getting really quiet. And obviously, I mean, as we saw right now with absolute domination from Tribe,
triple cap again?
With the triple cap very early on, like within seconds of the second half.
This is a dub for Tribe. I'm sorry, man. For the XS fans out there, dude, I'm sorry. Tribe is winning. This is their best map. They do the best here. They have such good map control.
Destroyed everything you can think of to describe this. Within 40 seconds, they got a 3 cap. This
wow, between 40 seconds, they already have a
triple cap, bro. Bobby, it's brutal.
I mean, you're right.
That's
painful
crazy
to watch, even as we do have Nero.
They're gonna have to
dropping
make
off
these
of
crazy
his war
comebacks
machine.
in
It's
the
not
history
really
of
gonna mean a
they're
thing for Xset.
They're gonna get
I think
this.
pretty much everybody for Tribe close to getting full streaks in. So we see the cluster strikes.
Bro, this is
we
crazy,
see the
dude.
stealth chopper in the sky.
Stealth chopper and cluster strike and Utah. Yeah, that's a wrap, man.
They don't need the triple cap. At this point, they're just doing it for the lulz to see if they can go get the triple cap and further assert their dominance. You got Nero holding down the back alley. The shock RC, not even going to matter. Shooting bodies a little bit more. You'll love to see it.
Oh,
he's
toxic
top fragging
right
right now, and with a Goliath in top of 10, they're going to be pretty much untouchable.
Untouchable is a good way to put it. The lead, massive. His tribe are ready to get to a second 3-0, and they wanted to get there quickly. They wanted the first one done as fast as possible. Sometimes in tournaments where we have, 32 teams and it's a longer losers bracket run, I'll talk about the fact that it's important in a double best of 5 to win the first one quickly, because players can be tired. You get some stamina issues. I don't even think that's the case here. They didn't have to play much today at all, but they just want to get it done. They wanted this final first series over in 10 minutes. Like, this has been astounding from Tribe. I don't know how XSET can bounce back for this, but they are very, very fortunate to be coming from the winner's side.
It's a wrap.
They have a second chance at the top end.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, Tribe is going to win, and going into the second matchup between XSET and Tribe, where it does actually reset, and it's another best of 5, we will be looking at a hardpoint crash, which the last time we saw Tribe lose to XSET. I mean, that's the one chance I do think that XSET will have to actually kind of swing momentum back, because obviously after this match is over, Tribe will be hyped, they'll be feeling good, and XSET is going to have to go back to the drawing board and figure out what to do, because 150-68 in our finals. Wow. Wow.
They need multiple drawing boards. I don't know what they need. Throw out whatever drawing board you had and purchase a new one. Get it on Amazon and hope it arrives in time.
Wow.
That was just insane. It was not
even close.
I mean, it's competitive. Yeah, they're 2 top teams, but that wasn't all that competitive. It was so one-sided. That didn't even feel like a match that should be in the final. That feels like a round 1 match in pool play at a major. It was so lopsided. I think Alex is going to be rejoining us. Alex, what did you think while you were watching that?
You know what, man? That was just a good old-fashioned slobber knocker. That's what we just saw there. Absolute domination and destruction from Tribe. Maven, you made a great point. You said that when you play a long run in a loser's bracket, you want to try and win that first best of 5 as quickly as possible, so that this way you can, just put that one behind you and focus on the task at hand. That wasn't even a case here at all, and I just think it mind-blowing, genuinely, what we just saw. So that being said, I believe we're going to go to a break, and we're going to get ready for our next game here, our next set of 5 games. Can XSET pick themselves back up after being rattled in such a way by Tribe? Will Tribe walk away winning a second best of 5 as your Call of Duty Mobile North American Regional Champions? Don't go anywhere. The continuation goes on after this.
All right, guys, let's go. Who do you think
You know what phrase we can finally retire? Good. For a mobile game. Fun fact, Sony's been getting the best out of entertainment and technology for, ever. And Call of Duty has been making games since, well, before some of us were born. Isn't it about time we had a mobile gaming experience that's just good, period? Maybe even great? Turns out we do. Call of Duty made the impossible mobile game with Call of Duty Mobile, and Sony made the impossible smartphone for gamers with Xperia. I can get the edge with wider than widescreen, enhance my game literally with Game Enhancer, share my epic wins with the flick of a finger, and do it all while I keep my cool with HS Power Control. It's casual when I want to kick back, and core when I need to kick butt. It's the gaming experience built with me in mind. Sony brought the gear, and Call of Duty brought the game. Sony's Xperia plus Call of Duty Mobile. Because gamers deserve great wherever we are.
Competitive, come on, dude. It's a mobile game for a reason. We'll be right back. Hey yo, let's go Tribe Gaming. Tribe Gaming. We did it. I'm back. You guys think winning?
Well, you heard it right, folks. Continuation continues. That's right. As we get ready for our second set of a best of 5 here in the grand finals between Tribe and Xset. Xset have to pick themselves back up, and Tribe simply just need to keep doing the thing that they've been doing this entire time, finding success at every single turn and corner. Now we're going to have our 3 commentators jumping into this one. And Hawksnest, I'll start with you, my friend. It seems as if this is looking like the inevitable could be happening for Tribe.
If Xset comes away with the W in this one, it's going to be on the back of a Game 5. Game 5, if it does come to it, is going to be search and destroy firing range, which is pretty much the only time that we've ever seen Tribe really struggle, which Xset could obviously capitalize on. But to get to that Game 5, obviously, Xset is going to have to perform here in Game 1 as well as game number 2. Game 3, I can't see Xset winning, so it's going to be really important in these first 2 matches that Xset are able to come out with the W.
Better.
Yeah, well, here is your series layout. We're going to start things off with Crash Hardpoint. Then from there, Standoff, Search, and Destroy, followed by Meltdown, Domination, and then if necessary, Summit, Hardpoint, and the dreaded Firing Range, Search, and Destroy if you're a Tribe. Of course, if you're Xset, though, you want to try and end this one as quickly as you possibly can. Bobby, we're going to Crash Hardpoint first. This was a pain point for Tribe in their last encounter. There were some shenanigans, but obviously, Xset still pulled away with the victory, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, Crash Hardpoint is one of those maps that tends to snowball really quickly. If you make one mistake on P1, giving up 3-story control, whatever it is, it snowballs into giving up 3.
If you make one mistake in the Hardpoint, in Crash, it could be the end.
P4. And then once you've done that, you got enough points where it doesn't even matter what happens on P5. You can go ahead and take 3-story control and win the rest of the game. And that's what we saw Xset do in that very first game.
Man,
so we'll see if it's something they're able to make happen again. I don't see Tribe making the same mistakes that they made in that first game. I believe they had some disconnects as well, but even in a 4v5, it feels like with the way Tribe is playing right now, in respawns, they would probably still be able to win a match. So if they can stay at the top of their game, or even in the middle of their game, I think they win this first game. And a lot of it is going to come down to the search and destroy, but Xset's got to find one respawn map where they can sneak away with a win for them to have a shot.
Maven, you've had the pleasure of commentating some of the greatest moments in Call of Duty's esports history. And if Xset were to try and fight their way back into this, I mean, we're looking at a potential, two losses here for Xset. Nothing for them. What do they have to do to pull themselves from their bootstraps to win this whole thing?
They need to win a map. They need to win this.
All right, here we go, guys.
They gotta get something going, some flow, some rhythm. Convince themselves that they can beat this team, because clearly it wasn't enough the first time they did it. But I'm really excited for this first map because where I felt things were a little bit off for Tribe,
a lot. I'm just trying to watch.
I guess I didn't even realize it was the disconnect from the map 1.
Targets in sight.
Yeah, the disconnect was in the map 1. I'm told that Leon disconnected pretty early on.
So
I don't think he was disconnected for the entire game. I think he did end up coming back. So I'm not sure how much it factored in. It looked like for the most part, all 5 players were battling at it. I don't think the disconnect was too terribly long, but still, I think it was at a crucial break point. Yeah, exactly. So we see Tribe right off the start, 21 points on a hard point that's usually not very easy to control. So for them to have that much time off the start is big, but we do have one Xset player on top of 3-story. That's the power position. Child's climbing up behind him, plays it perfectly to get the frag, and just like that, he's back over on the other side of the building. Vehicle explosion lands some damage there as well. With their setup right here, it is looking good for them off the start.
Yeah, that's a big kill from Shelds. Now, what can they do with having 3-story controls? We hop out to the aerial view. You can see they've got 3 players set up. As Xset will be trying to break in towards the bottom, but a chance to take a big early lead and another respawn here for Tribe. Tectonic popping off with the double. Deathleys and Silva both going to fall before Yuna can get the trade. Great stuff from Tribe. Hawksnest, they're looking good again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if the player is still over there, but Tribe did have a player over by the garbage can, and I really like that position. He was able to get a couple picks, but as you can see, Xset is able to get the break and getting a couple frags on top of it. very possibly being able to maintain this hard point for the rest of the duration, as Tribe does try to make a push, but like I said, looking like they have a pretty good position here.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Will the position be enough? Is Tribe forward rotation? Xset will worry about getting the remaining time. Silva, the shot on point to take down Balu. For now, it's just a left. Silva's going to try and hit this rotation. That rotation's not going to work. His legs get blown off.
Yeah, and even though Tribe gives up the time right there to tie things up, they're perfectly set up for next. They've got control of spawns. They got one player in the power position up top in Childs. He is burning from the Molotov, but he'll be able to survive. Maintaining that position is going to be crucial. You can see Xset sending players all the way to back of spawn to try to be able to flip spawns, knowing that if they're able to do that, they can turn the tides here pretty quickly, and laying down shots on back alley, not able to pick up the frag. That's a miss opportunity for them, as Tribe really uncontested on the hill right now. Impulsive slides the corner.
Impulsive just looked at him. I don't know if the comp was there or if he just didn't see him, but his teammate just put a clip in that guy, and then he rounds the corner, doesn't spot him, and ends up dropping. Looked like it just a little bit wonky from our POV. Moralto, Foxy's got the sniper.
I mean, we've seen what he's done with the sniper before, but I don't know if I fully agree with that decision. Let's see if he can do something here. Also want to highlight the fact that Tectonic currently is at 13 kills, Unit at 10. Fragging out very, very well. Both of those players are two that we have highlighted throughout the entire tournament as potential MVPs, obviously depending on who ends up winning this entire tournament. But man, Tectonic is fragging out. It is very, very skewed towards his direction on his team.
Yeah, he has as much kill space as the rest of his team combined, but Bob, you're a lot more familiar with it than I am. On my side of things, like the CDL, you're never going to see a sniper in hardpoint. Is that something that just gets pulled out from time to time with COD Mobile?
Yeah, in the NA comp scene, it's something I've seen happen a lot more than in other regions. The Locust is typically the sniper that you'll go to because it's got the quicker scope in time. So it looks like he was just struggling with the AR, trying to turn things around. Honestly, this is shaping up very similarly to the first Crash Hardpoint match that we saw between these two teams. Tribe seemed to be in control off the start. Then we saw Xset take control of P3, then they got control of P4. It looks like there's actually a Goliath stuck in the doorway right there, so he's able to get through, but coming away from this one, likely we'll probably see Xset go for 1 or 2 breaks, but they don't want to give up too many points to Tribe. Likely they'll probably give up the entire duration, go ahead and just try to take control of 3-story, and if they're able to do it, we saw the way with the win in the last one, they could very well do it here.
I kind of want to take kind of guarantees we're going to have an insane series on our hand. So just rips up 3 with the Annihilator. The other side of it, it's going to be Moralto bringing it out, swing stick, and trying to get desperately to rally back as they touches 40, but they've got the hard point control for now. You're seeing a lot of the specialists in streaks come into play. Up top, it's Chilled. Inside the point, it's Tectonic. Oxness, what are you seeing?
I love the confidence from Tribe right now. They are all over the map, just leaving the excess one inside of the current point, and as you can see, being not contested at all. I mean, this is free points for Tribe, and as you can tell, they're able to just get a bunch of different kills across the entire map right now, maintaining basically every power position.
It's a close one. It's a close one. Chills with the Annihilator. I think he lights up 4, just hitting every single shot. Going nuts, Bobby.
Yeah, I think both teams kind of assumed that they just weren't going to be able to get a break on P4 or P5, so Tribe gave Xset P4 for free, Xset gave Tribe P5 for free, and now it is coming back to P1, and this is where the chaos will ensue. The score streaks are going to start coming in. Tectonic's got 20 kills on the board already, and he's got an Annihilator out as well. If you are Xset, you see that man with an Annihilator, you are shaking in your boots. Nero wipes out the entire team with a War Machine, and now only about 5 seconds needed for Tribe to close this out. Xset not anywhere close to the hard point, and it looked like it was going to be Xset with a shot at the comeback, but too much confidence for Tribe.
Dude, they needed that game. They needed that game so bad, Xset, and they didn't secure the bag. Folks, I don't even know what to expect out of this. Bobby, your thoughts, man, because this was it. This was the moment that Xset needed.
To be honest, that was pretty predictable. For people that haven't watched a lot of Crash Hardpoint, it might have seemed like Xset kind of threw that one, but Tribe knew what they were doing for the entire time. They knew it wasn't going to be worth it to go for a break on P4, and getting max time on P5 would allow them to have control. One really big thing that they did there was they sent Childs over to the top of 3-story while they had somebody occupying, and because there was no real push coming in for Xset, they didn't need to stack the hard point at all. They could leave the one player there and spread their players throughout the map. That allowed them to get the map control. That was a big mistake for Xset, and that resulted in an easy Tribe Gaming win.
They had the reads on them Hawks Nest. They knew exactly what they had to do in order to come back and win this game. And now they're just 2 games away from being our North American champions. But the path leads them to standoff, search, and destroy for game 2. Can Xset, give me some insight on their history on this map. Can they find a victory here? Because they still kind of sort of have the advantage, right? All they have to do is just win this one best of 5, maybe even force it over to a game 5. Can they win standoff?
I think they can, and they have to. If they lose this standoff, I'm 99% sure the game is over at that point. So they absolutely have to win it, and they've shown they can win it. It's gonna be interesting. Typically, I would say I would give the upper hand to Xset, but we'll see how it goes. I don't know. It's gonna be close.
You know, I tell you, when you see results like this and how everything pans out, it all just gets crazy. You have no idea what even to expect, but that's what the grand finals is all about, baby. It has been exciting through and through, but Tribe, they will be up 1-0 in this second best of 5 series to determine who walks away as our champions of North America. Don't go anywhere, as game 2 coming up after this. big thank you to Sony for supporting this event, because I don't know if you guys know, but all of our competitors are competing on the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II. That phone is a thing of beauty. And let's go ahead and talk about the latest flagship from Sony, because here's the good news, people. This thing's got a 6.5-inch 4K OLED display, higher resolution, more of the game view in your hand with that wider display, 21:9 rather than 16:9. Can you think what you could do with that with your thumbs? It's awesome. And the best news is that it's optimized for Call of Duty Mobile. It's got that Snapdragon processor, so you know that thing's going to be zippy and fast and handling everything that you need and anything that you throw at it. And it also gets better because you have game enhancer technology that can improve your gaming experience, and you can also directly share your gameplay recordings as well as your screenshots. You enable settings to give you a competitive edge, all with a single tap. No distractions, as you see right there, just you, the game, close out the navigation bar, whatever you need. You can also do some cool stuff like find tips to win without even leaving the game itself. How handy is that? When you want to know what's the best settings for a certain weapon, you got yourself covered there. And then you keep it cool with the heat suppression power control, which keeps your device cool by directly supplying the phone with power instead of charging a battery. You can use your DualShock 4 controller, take control with the whole suite of Sony products, motion blur reduction. You get that smooth feeling 90 hertz refresh rate. Once again, thank you to Sony for making all of this a reality and supporting mobile esports the way that they are. But here we go, folks. It's now time to jump into standoff, search and destroy. Let's send it over to your casters.
I love the phone so much. I slept with it last night. I slept with 3 of them last night. Oh, they're incredible. But speaking of incredible, Tribe has been incredible. Up 1-0 in the reset after a hot 3-0 in the first best of 5 in this grand final. Now to search and destroy we go. And they're going to be kicking things off on defense. We'll see how they can lock it in, but looks like they're going to be a fight towards back alley. Bobby, what do you see?
I mean, we see the first blood already coming in for Xset. That is exactly what they need to make happen consistently to give themselves a shot at this Tribe Gaming team that is undefeated on Sunday. 0 losses for them happening, and it looks like it could continue. We do see a player dropping off the start. We know based off the last game, Moralto's snipes have got to be there if they're going to have a shot. So he's definitely going to be a big factor. We'll see if he can make some things happen as they do get the A plant down, and the pressure is on for Tribe.
Tribe now have to work a retake and a 4 versus 5. Tectonic has showed he can do it with anything. He's been so versatile. Sniper in hand for now. If they find an opening kill to try and get in towards this point, as time begins to dwindle,
Enemy
somebody's got to make a move. They haven't been able to isolate anyone. Now's going to be the call to go as every second ticks away. There's 20 seconds left. They haven't found any opening towards the bomb. They were able to pick up Impulsive. Big gunfight win there for Leon. Here comes the collapse onto the point. Can they get it done in the final 10 seconds? One's going to hop onto the bomb. He's going to get ripped off of it. Suddenly it's Leon by his lonesome. No play to be made. No time to defuse. First round, Xset.
That just seemed messy from Tribe. I don't know. I feel like the coordination wasn't quite there, especially from the last time we saw them playing S&D.
Yeah, it seems like whenever Tribe is having success in Search and Destroy, it's when they're being aggressive. They were pretty content to sit around blue, sit back alley, wait for something to happen. Once you lose that first man, you really got to try to challenge at some point, and they just didn't make a contest. Really, at any point in that round, it was a pretty easy win for Xset, which is not something that we have said in a hot minute. So
yeah,
we got Moralto picking up, actually not able to pick up the first blood, as 5 players remain for both teams.
Well, this is where he was the wizard last time they played. So many wall bangs, a 1v2, nearly a 1v4. Moralto was the playmaker without question. Right now, it's been Yuna with 3 in the first round. As they'll look to take another offensive round if they can. It's going to be Impulsive, able to pick it up. Childs and Deathly's out of the action from either side. Damage down, but nobody's going to drop. Just trying to get control of the site and work from there, Hawks.
See, I didn't have the pleasure of seeing the last time these two teams played on this map, so I'm really hoping to see some insane snipes because I heard you guys just hyping it up, and I never got to see it. And I want it right now. I want a very, very close match, and I feel like we're going to get it.
The bomb has been planted.
Yeah, the plant's going to come in for Xset once again. Moralto snipes, no question, were the game-changing factor for Xset in the last matchup, and hitting some wall bangs that most players probably didn't even know was possible, and he heard that we were talking about him. He'll drop Tectonic from top of shops. Impulsive picks up another right there, and it is Nero all by his lonesome. Shot comes in with the RPG, lands to Yuna, gets a two-piece. Now in a 1v1, a little bit, or 1v2, more manageable with one on boxes, one on bomb. Not going to be a whole lot he can do. Silva will drop him right there, and Xset looking pretty good off the start as they take the 2-0 lead.
I got hyped for a moment. I thought he was going to pull some magic after the rocket kill and then the double, but can't quite get it done. So little time to work with, but Xset cruising so far. We'll see if they can work another offensive round victory into it. Pressure towards mid-map. I think I saw some headed towards map. Back alley, Yuna, who started off so hot in the first round with 3, already up to 5, gets the first blood as well, but the trade does come in. The big kill, though, is Tectonic out of the action. We know how much of a carry he has been at times for Tribe. With him down and opening. Impulsive on the flank. One more bullet to get 2. Narrow just barely gets away as we now focus on a 3 versus 3 Hawk. Well, that 3 versus 3 didn't last long.
Yeah, we're down to a 3v1 here. Childs is going to go down in a very quick 3-0 on the side of Xset. Something that I personally didn't expect, but Xset absolutely does need, because as we've said before, Tribe is so far proven to be the better respawn team, and if Xset wants to go into the next round with any kind of confidence, they're going to have to take the W here. And so far, they're doing extremely well. 3-0 right now. Looks like they're also going to get the first blood on the side of Impulsive, taking out Narrow.
Enemy in sight.
Yeah, and this is like, you know, we talked about a couple of the maps that were key, but when it boils down to it, you're playing the same 5-map set that you played where Xset won. And they know that. They know they're playing the same 5-map set. Yes, did map 1 get away from them? Sure. But they know they can play this team tough. It was 3 and 4 that was really difficult, but you got to get a search win here. Think you can get it done in game 5, and somehow you have to improve massively on Meltdown Dom and Summit Hardpoint if you're going to take this entire thing. But for the first time in the series, they look good here in the map 2. But right now in a 3v4, trying to clutch up and take their 4th offensive round in a row if they can do it. Everybody sort of grouped up towards back alley for Tribe, and they're starting to wrap back towards mid street. The bomb working over towards A for now for Xset. We'll see if they can get it down. The plant begins to go down. One more player, though, going to get caught. Finally, looks like we might see a defensive round win here for Tribe.
Yeah, with making a, yep, and there's the round. Bolu said, ooh, and the body shooting coming in as well. Interesting to see after Tribe had not yet won a round, so looks like they're feeling confident despite previously being down 3-0 right there. And
what was it that Jordan said, like in the documentary? It's like, it's easy to talk trash when you're down. It's easy to talk trash when you're up. It's when you can talk trash when you're down that defines you, or whatever the line was. So they're still shooting bodies down. That's when you know you got it. But look at it. It is fast from Xset.
Yeah, we knew Moralto's snipes were going to be a factor and really hadn't done a whole lot so far. That's his 3rd kill, so expecting to see more from him. And if he can continue to get those first bloods with the sniper, Tribe's not really going to stand much of a shot. They don't have any type of a sniper presence, and whenever they've been up a man so far in this one, they've been able to maintain it for the most part all the way through. Bolu's 1 HP, somehow going to stay alive right there, but with a bomb down, they're down a man. They don't have any type of momentum pushing in toward the site. Challenge will drop. It's still up a man for Xset. Molotov's going over top, but it doesn't matter with the trophy systems down. Another player drops as Impulsive's got an RPG in his hands, and rounding the corner is Nero, but 2 players still alive for Xset. And even though Tectonic's got the sniper, it's not going to matter as Moralto closes things out with a quick scope of his own.
Yeah, you got to be able to hit those shots. I also spoke to Xset as well, and they said that their last standoff S&D match that they did play, they considered it the best S&D match they've ever played. They didn't want to change anything going into the tournament. You guys obviously did cast the last one. Are we seeing the exact same performance from Xset?
No, I mean, the last one was insane. It was like 3 or 4 1v1s in a row, so many wall banks. It was a circus. Like, it was literally a circus. This has been a lot more controlled from XSET. They're in a lot more comfortable position. But now, Bobby, we're going to switch, right? We're going to swap sides of the map. We'll see if maybe Tribe can look a little better on offense.
The thing about standoff search and destroy is it typically on offense favors the aggressive player, and we know Tribe is aggressive. Chal's gonna win the gunfight there all the way across the map from the bomb. He doesn't even care. Meralto's gonna land a shot onto Leon, but with Tribe coming in right here, Meralto doesn't have a whole lot of options. He's going to drop, and Tribe's gonna get the win once again. We know that Tribe can win their gunfights, and especially when they're getting their first bloods, they're next to unstoppable. If they can continue to push into this A site, they could potentially make the comeback happen, but they're still a long way off.
Yeah, because where the really chaotic rounds were, where a lot of the 1v1s were when Tribe were on offense and got the plants down. Because that's when, remember, Meralto would hit all those snipes and wall bangs for the retake. You got to think they're going to play that a little bit better and maybe not allow him to hit those shots. The offense for Tribe was pretty decent, just out of some crazy heroics from Meralto. So they're in a decent spot. We'll see what they can now do in their second offense. They bring it back within 2 rounds. They're looking to group up towards back alley, but look at the extra. You can see everybody basically here from XSET. The peak's gonna come in. Look at that heady Hawk. That doesn't look fun to deal with at all.
No, not at all. And we've seen Impulsive do that basically for the past 2 days. He's been an absolute beam with that DRH.
Beam once again, and yeah, I mean, if they've done their research and well, they played against them, they know that Tribe likes to favor back alley. It's time. Is it another one? Was it another wall bang?
I'm pretty sure he's on the other side of that building.
That's where he hit most of them. The guy's a lunatic.
Actually, we got Childs on a big time flank right here.